Strange moments have been captured in places people consider sacred, statues that seem to move, figures that don't remain still. For some, these moments are signs pointing towards something divine. For others, they raise unsettling questions about what might be coming next. Either way, what's been recorded has left many people questioning what they're really seeing. One clip that resurfaced online shows a quiet prayer gathering inside a small chapel. Everything appears calm until the camera settles on a statue of the Virgin Mary. At first, nothing seems unusual. Then suddenly, the eyelids begin to shift. Slowly, the eyes appear to open and face forward, almost as if making eye contact with the person filming. After a brief moment, they close again. Skeptics argue the footage quality makes it unreliable. But the man behind the camera insists what he saw was real. According to him, the moment was brief, but undeniable. In another case, during a religious stage performance, several statues were positioned as part of the scene. All remained completely still, except one. Witnesses noticed the head of a single figure move slightly. The audience reacted immediately. Later, staff confirmed the object was a solid wooden structure, with no mechanical system or hidden performer involved. Then there's footage recorded inside a cathedral during a busy afternoon. A visitor filming the altar captured something unexpected. While the statue's body remained still, its eyes appeared to shift direction. Even more surprising, the lips seemed to move slightly, as if forming words. Moments later, everything returned to normal. A similar claim comes from a woman in Paraguay. Alone at home, she heard faint whispering and traced the sound to her family's altar. When she recorded it, the statue's mouth appeared to move. But as she approached, the motion stopped instantly. During a public celebration in Mexico, another unusual moment was reported. A statue of Jesus being carried through the streets seemed to move its head and blink repeatedly. Witnesses described the figure as if it were observing the crowd. On Good Friday, during a solemn mass, a centuries-old statue drew attention when its head suddenly lifted upward at the peak of prayer. Some believed it symbolized a final moment of Christ's suffering. Officials later suggested it could have been caused by aging materials shifting, but not everyone was convinced. In another church setting, a video reviewed after a ceremony appeared to show a statue's hands changing position slightly, almost as if extending forward. The movement was subtle, but enough to spark discussion among those who saw it. One of the most unusual reports involves what people described as holy fire. During a service, a wooden cross at the altar appeared to ignite, but instead of burning normally, the flames surrounded it without causing damage. Witnesses claimed there was no smoke or heat, only light. And in New Mexico, there are ongoing claims about a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe shedding what appear to be tears, something that has been reported multiple times by parishioners. Visitors gathered after noticing a clear liquid running down the figure's face. When experts examined the substance, they found it resembled scented olive oil, commonly used in religious rituals. If that were the source, it should have been a one-time occurrence. Yet the phenomenon has been observed again and again, leaving many without a clear explanation. Moments like these often leave people conflicted. Standing in front of something that shouldn't be happening, but clearly is, can shift how a person sees faith itself. In another gathering, a statue of Jesus appeared to make a subtle movement, this time not with its hands, but with its head. The motion was slight, but noticeable to those watching closely. Incidents like this continue to raise the same question. Are these coincidences or something more intentional? Not every moment captured is unsettling. Some feel unexpectedly peaceful. Inside a quiet church in Argentina, a worker recorded a simple yet powerful scene. A dog sitting calmly in front of a statue of the Virgin Mary. Its posture was still and focused, almost as if it were in silent prayer. For many who saw the clip, the moment carried a deeper emotional meaning, like a quiet reflection on innocence and longing. Another video, recorded in a church in Illinois, shows a strange light appearing during prayer. At first faint, it slowly brightens and begins to take shape. Witnesses describe it forming what looked like wings, something resembling an angelic figure. It remained visible for several seconds before fading away, leaving those present in complete silence. During a Good Friday Mass, yet another unexpected moment occurred. As prayers reached their most intense point, a crucifix statue appeared to move its head slightly. The movement was gentle, just enough to be noticed. The clip spread quickly online, sparking strong reactions from both believers and skeptics. For those who witnessed it in person, however, the moment felt deeply real. Some recordings go even further into the unknown. Security footage from a church captured what appears to be a faint human-like figure moving slowly through an empty hall. The shape, resembling a woman, approached religious icons before fading from view. Interpretations vary widely, but the footage continues to circulate, raising more questions than answers. One of the most unsettling stories comes from an abandoned church. A man entered out of curiosity despite warnings from locals. Inside, everything seemed lifeless, until his light revealed a figure sitting silently. A nun, unmoving, staring directly at him. That recording was the last trace of him. He was never seen again. Not all unexplained moments are tied to Christianity. At Lingquan Temple in China, visitors gathered around a statue of Guan Yin when something unexpected happened. The statue's eyes appeared to blink, slowly closing and reopening. The moment was captured on video and quickly spread online, sparking widespread debate. Some believe it was a sign the goddess was acknowledging prayers. In a theme park in Mexico, a visitor filmed a figure of Snow White standing alone in a dimly lit area. Trusting a strange instinct, he kept recording and captured what looked like a brief blink. The moment was so clear that he left immediately, unable to explain what he had just seen. And in Mexico City, inside an exhibition dedicated to folklore and mysticism, a wax figure of Maria Sabina became the center of attention. As a visitor walked past, the statue's head appeared to turn slightly following his movement. The footage left viewers unsettled, with some suggesting that places tied to spiritual traditions may carry more than just history. One night, a museum caretaker was finishing his routine rounds when something unusual caught his attention. A statue he had passed countless times before appeared different. As he looked closer, the eyelids slowly lifted. For a few seconds, the eyes beneath seemed almost human, focused, aware. Then, just as suddenly, everything returned to stillness. He managed to capture the final moment on his phone. When the clip surfaced online, viewers debated whether it was a trick of light or something far stranger. In another unsettling case, inside a crowded movie theater, people noticed a bright figure appearing between the seats. It didn't match the environment, too luminous, too defined. Some froze, others stared in confusion. Then, without warning, the recording stopped. What happened next remains unknown. At a temple dedicated to Sai Baba, security cameras recorded a moment that initially seemed minor. A heavy flower garland suddenly fell from a statue, but the timing raised suspicion. The temple had recently been targeted by thieves, and some believe the incident may have acted as a kind of warning, something unseen trying to intervene. Not all encounters happen in sacred places. In a busy shopping mall, a mannequin drew attention for an unexpected reason. Its outer layer had worn away slightly, revealing something beneath that didn't look artificial at all. Witnesses described it as disturbingly realistic, far beyond normal materials. While store owners insisted it was simply advanced design, those who saw it up close weren't convinced. One of the most famous cases comes from Mexico. A mannequin known as La Pascalita has long been surrounded by rumors. Visitors claim its eyes seem to follow them as they move. According to local legend, the figure may not be just a display, but something preserved from the past. Whether myth or reality, the mystery has endured for decades. Even familiar figures haven't escaped these stories. Some claim that statues resembling Ronald McDonald have been linked to strange sightings. In one video, a statue appears to shift from its position, stepping away silently. The purpose behind it, if real, remains unclear. In a quiet bridal shop after closing hours, CCTV footage captured something equally unsettling. A mannequin dressed in a flowing gown appeared to move, slowly turning, almost as if dancing. The fabric shifted naturally, as though guided by something unseen. Moments later, it returned to complete stillness. The case of the Annabelle doll is perhaps one of the most well-known. Long before it became part of popular films, reports already described unexplained movement. In one recording, the doll appears to rise slightly before dropping back down, without any visible cause. Investigators who studied the case concluded that something far beyond simple mechanics might be involved. Other moments are quieter, but no less disturbing. A man browsing a clothing store suddenly noticed a mannequin turn its head toward him. The movement was subtle, but deliberate. It stopped the moment he stepped back, leaving him unsure whether he had truly seen it happen. In another case, a collector kept a mannequin head locked inside a glass case. After hearing strange noises at night, he installed a camera. What it captured changed everything. The glass door slowly opened on its own, and once it did, the expression of the mannequin seemed different. Not physically altered, but somehow aware. Soon after, he removed every antique from his home. Then there are moments that defy explanation entirely. In a store in Mumbai, security footage showed a mannequin shifting slightly during the night. But what happened next shocked viewers even more. The figure didn't just move, it vanished completely. No trace, no transition, just gone. Some believe certain places may act as thin boundaries between worlds, though no evidence has ever confirmed it. In Bolivia, a small statue of the Virgin Mary became the center of attention when witnesses reported it shedding dark red tears. Tests revealed the liquid shared similarities with organic compounds, though scientists proposed natural explanations such as bacteria or mineral release. For many believers, however, the meaning was symbolic, an expression of sorrow tied to the state of the world. So the question remains, what do you believe you're really seeing? One video that gained massive attention shows a man standing near a church when something unexpected appeared above it. High in the air, a dark figure seemed to hover silently before descending onto the rooftop. Then, as it raised its arm, an object nearby lifted into the air, suspended without any visible support. Moments later, the figure rose again, drifting upward as if gravity had no hold on it. The footage sparked endless debate, with some calling it an elaborate illusion, and others convinced it captured something extraordinary. Inside a small chapel, another recording unsettled viewers in a quieter way. During a crowded religious gathering, a faint mist-like form appeared among the seated worshippers. It didn't move like a person, and it cast no shadow. It simply remained there, unnoticed by those around it. Whether it was a trick of light or something unseen joining the moment of prayer, no one could say for sure. At a wedding held inside a church, security footage later revealed something even stranger. While guests celebrated, a young boy was seen moving through the space, but no one remembered seeing him. His face appeared unusually pale, and after reviewing the footage, it became clear he had never been part of the ceremony at all. In another widely shared clip filmed near Vatican City, a tall, shadowy figure was spotted standing motionless on a balcony overlooking a crowd. Wrapped in a dark cloak, its silhouette reminded many of the traditional image of the Grim Reaper. It didn't move or react, just remained there, watching. In the UK, near a quiet churchyard, a man noticed something pale observing him from behind a wall. When he went to check, there was nothing there. The space was empty, as if whatever had been there had simply vanished. Another incident involved security cameras inside a church capturing a streak of bright, fast-moving light. It shot across the room in an instant, then disappeared. Some described it as resembling an angelic presence, something passing through rather than appearing to stay. Late one night in a funeral home, a guard encountered something far more personal. A small child appeared in the hallway behind him. When he turned, the figure ran forward and vanished. Later, footage confirmed the presence and revealed something chilling. The child matched someone whose funeral had taken place there earlier that same day. In an abandoned building, a man returning after years found himself face to face with a dark, silent figure. Before he could react, it collapsed as if made of fabric, and then disappeared completely. The room fell silent again, but the feeling remained. In another case, neighbors disturbed by strange noises inside a locked apartment decided to investigate. Looking through a dusty window, they expected to find an intruder. Instead, they saw a pale face staring back. When authorities arrived, the apartment was empty. During a late-night service in a small chapel, something else went unnoticed, at least at first. A security camera captured a tall, twisted shape standing in the doorway. It never entered, never moved closer. It simply remained there, as if unable to cross the threshold. Outside a church in Illinois, a man walking at night noticed a shadow moving beside him. It shifted unnaturally, stretching across the ground as though something above was casting it. But when he looked up, there was nothing there. In Thailand, CCTV footage from a temple recorded what appeared to be a small child running across the grounds. But the way it moved, appearing and disappearing in different spots, didn't match anything natural. Locals believe places of worship sometimes attract spirits seeking peace. Not all unexplained moments take human form. In an office building, a security camera captured a glowing orb appearing near the floor. It hovered, pulsed faintly, then drifted out of view, only to reappear moments later from another angle. While some dismissed it as a technical glitch, others felt the movement seemed intentional. A cemetery caretaker also reported something he had never experienced before. While making his rounds, he saw what looked like a small child moving between the graves. When he followed, the figure vanished into the darkness. In a residential area, witnesses described hearing long, mournful cries late at night. Looking outside, they saw a shadow pacing along a rooftop, holding what appeared to be an umbrella. The sound of weeping continued as the figure moved slowly back and forth before disappearing. And then there is one final clip that continues to circulate online. Inside a church in Rome, during a quiet moment of prayer, a statue of Jesus appeared to move. Slowly, it stepped forward, away from its place. The video cuts off just as it approaches the exit. What happened next? No one knows. Across all these recordings, one thing becomes clear. Some moments defy explanation, some challenge belief, and some leave just enough evidence to make you question everything. So now the question turns to you. What do you think is really happening here?